Hello, everyone. Welcome. Hope you're having a good evening or day or whatever it is, whatever time it is there. Hi, Harry. Welcome. And all two of you waiting already? You're amazing. Just waiting for Beside the Dying Fire here. I think he got my link already. So bear with us here for a few. And while everyone shows up, of course. I'm really curious to know what you guys think of my latest video, by the way. And I know some of you prefer the true stories, but I'm still very curious to see what you guys thought of my latest video if you listened. No, Harry, still season 2. Not season 3. Just took a break there because of the holidays. So, yeah, season 2. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. You
Hey.
sound just fine. No worries there.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I'm on my phone. I don't know if that matters.
Oh, no, it's perfectly fine. Your sound
Okay.
quality is actually pretty great for a phone, to be honest.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we've had all sorts of technical difficulties on this show before. I had
I
one of
know, I heard.
one of the narrators that I've interviewed previously is actually a really good friend of mine. He is in China, so he was streaming from China, and you can only imagine how that went as far as call quality.
Oh, that's crazy. What does that depend on? I guess it's just service.
Well, you're technically not supposed to be streaming from China. It's kind
Oh,
of
that's true.
illegal. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh my God, it's
Yep.
crazy.
Exactly. So we've had a little bit of everything here. And how's
Well,
your day going so far? I mean, it's already nighttime. So how was your day?
it was good.
Awesome. Good. Okay. Welcome,
I'm really glad
everybody.
you chose today too. I was like, oh my gosh, because the past couple of weekends has been like packed, like for the past like month and a half.
Oh, you and me both. Trust me, I know.
Uh,
That's
like
why I chose this
ever
weekend.
since the holidays, I was like, oh my gosh, am I ever gonna get a break with this?
Yeah. Same here. Same here. Like this weekend is actually free, and then next weekend's not free, and the weekend after that's not free again. So,
Okay, I'm
just
gonna try to.
I get it.
I'm clicking on the actual thing now so I could see the
The
chat.
chat? Okay, gotcha.
Whoa. Okay, cool. Let me make sure
Hi,
this.
Anthony. Welcome. Napoleon, hello. Thank you for joining us. Memento Mori, hello.
Ooh, let me say hello to some people too. Hello,
Oh, sure.
Dominic, Aline.
Hey, apparently we're sexy people according to Dominic. So, or Dominique. I'm gonna guess it's Dominique.
Hello, Anthony McLeod. Oh, he said Margbot, not me. So, okay.
That's okay. Let's see.
This is
Okay.
so crazy. I've never like been on a stream before. This is
Well,
insane.
maybe this is your
Whoa,
first
there's
one.
a
A lot of
crown
people tell
next
me
to your
that actually.
name.
Oh my gosh. Let's see. Hi, Sid. Welcome. Hey, Sid. Don't tell anybody about that. Nobody needs to know about international
Wait, I didn't see
criminals.
it.
Scroll down. It probably hasn't caught up to you.
Hello, Sid Super Sidious Creepypastas. That is an awesome name.
It is. It is. He's
Hello,
also an
Miss
author
Monster with a
too.
wrench next to your name.
Hi, Miss Monster. She's special. Hi, Sin. I think I already said hi to Sin.
Hello, Dominic. Oh, I said hi to you already. How y'all smoking hot people doing?
I'm doing pretty all right, actually. Just
Oh, he asked it.
what? Huh?
Dominic Alid, how y'all smoking hot people
Yeah,
doing?
that's what I'm saying. I'm responding to her. Um, yeah, I'm doing pretty well. Just
Same
getting ready
here.
for this interview. Super
Can I
excited.
can I just say something really quick? So
Go ahead.
I listened to your channel when I had like almost no subscribers.
Mm-hmm.
So being interviewed on your channel, I feel like I've been playing Little League baseball, and I was
Aw.
walking through like the Baseball Hall of Fame, and the owner of the Baseball Hall of Fame's like, "Hey man, we can take a picture of
Wow.
you. We can take a picture of you and hang it up there too." And I'm like, "Yeah, man, that's how I feel
I
right now."
you just compared me to the Baseball Hall of Fame. Like, do you know? Like, I'm just hardcore blushing right now.
It was the
Wow.
best example I could think of at the time. It's true. It's really
That's
true.
pretty amazing. Thank you so much. Congratulations on making me blush. That doesn't happen very often.
Hello, creepy blonde girl. Hey, everyone. She said.
Hi, Charlotte Reed. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen you. And guys, I have a huge, huge favor to ask of you. And I'll get into this a little bit later. But because YouTube has been changing their guidelines, if you guys could share this stream so that more people could be exposed to Beside the Dying Fire, that would be great. We would
Ooh,
really
yeah.
appreciate that. Hi, Fear Crawler. Welcome. Hi, Jen. My pineapple. Welcome.
Hello,
Let's
Jen.
see. No, Harry, it does not happen very often. Let's see. Yep, I think I said, oh, hi, creepy blonde girl. Sorry, I have to say hi to everybody. All right, we can get started. All right, then. Thank you so much for granting me this interview and totally flattering me by saying I'm like the part of the Baseball Hall of Fame. That's
No
pretty
problem.
amazing. So since you started your channel, what do you feel has been your biggest obstacle?
My biggest obstacle when starting my channel, I really think it's just trying to innovate because to get on the mic and look up a story and read it on paper, it's not really a lot. Anyone can really do it, but then to try to turn that into something that's like an experience for people listening, I think that's always, and that will forever be the obstacle, is to take a simple narration and sort of expand it into an experience for someone listening.
Bring it to life. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I get what you're saying. I try to do that with my narrations, but I feel like you do a way better job at that than
I don't
I
know about
do.
that.
You have that very soothing voice that although it's soothing, you still, inspire that creepy factor with your stories. Maybe
Oh,
because you are so soothing. It's almost like you lure people into a false sense of, safety and then you're telling these stories about all sorts of awful things, but it's just you have the calmest voice ever saying them.
oh, thank you very much. I had someone on one of my videos comment, "Whoa, he's so monotone, but I like it." And I was like, that's quite the compliment.
Yeah, it definitely works. And what have you been most satisfied with when it comes to your channel?
Honestly, my subscribers, I really like all my subscribers. They let me get away with so much on my channel.
And what do you mean
Because
by
like
that?
I'll like try to do something that I think is like cool, and I'll put it up, and then I'll watch it later on and be like, oh my gosh, what the heck was I thinking? You know what I mean? Like I tried to do so. Okay, here's an example. I tried to tell my scariest experience without writing anything down. I don't know
Uh-huh.
why I thought that was gonna be a good idea. I was like, oh, like I remember the scary thing that happened, so I'm gonna get on the mic and I'll just like talk about it. And even after editing it to no end, I
Hmm.
listened back and I was like, I don't even know what's going on in the story.
No,
Like it's so confusing.
yeah, no, I'm right there with you. Trust me, right there with you.
And I was like,
And
man, this is probably gonna get so many dislikes. And I didn't get any dislikes. I was like, wow, you guys.
yeah, you know what? I have to say that I feel like my own subscribers as well let me get away with a lot. And this is where the whole quality over quantity kind of comes in for me. I know that there's other channels that started after I did, and they're way bigger than I am, but I read the meanest comments on their stuff. And granted, I love constructive criticism, but when you're just being mean just to be mean, like I prefer my small, set of subscribers that are kind people and that do give me constructive criticism as opposed to some of the junk I read on everybody else's channels.
I know it's crazy. Sometimes I'll read so much hate and you're like, whoa, where's this coming from?
Yeah,
Even the
exactly.
videos that like I put out that have nothing to do with horror, like I want to do more of these, but like these just like update videos with like random footage in the background. Or like I did like a comparison of like my blue snowball microphone versus my iPhone. I was like trying something different.
Oh
And
God.
even like my 2017 like wrap up video, which had nothing to do at all with horror. And those, people were liking them. I was like, wow.
I really enjoyed your 2017 wrap-up video, I have to say. Um,
Honestly, I was actually pretty proud of that. Like that's my proudest video on my channel. Like even if nobody watched it, even if I got like 100 dislikes, I'd still be so proud of that one.
yeah, so it's very well put together as far as a video goes, but and just I mean, I guess I'm gonna get a little bit off topic here because that really isn't a horror video,
Yeah, it's true.
but I found it very inspirational. I was actually driving back from San Diego when I decided to click on that video. And I just listened to it and I was like, you know what? This is such a positive way to start the year. Um, and yeah, like it just really spoke to me. And I appreciate the fact that you bring the person that you are into your channel.
Yeah,
Um, I mean, that's part of the reason I do these interviews because I like getting to know the narrators behind the channels as people and not just as somebody who reads, from a screen. And I like to expose my audience to who they are as people. And I think you really achieve that through, your wrap up video. So I thought that was really cool.
oh, thanks so much. And that's kind of been like the plan. I'm giving away my master plan here, but that was like the plan. So like people like the narrations, and then you kind of like put little things in there, and then maybe like that too. Like, I sometimes I'll do like making of videos of like some of the
Mhm.
narrations I do, or I'll just make like a video where I'm talking, something that's not really scripted or not really narration,
Uh-huh.
and then people get like a little taste of who. Because okay, I'm really going on a rant here, but I didn't know when I started my channel if I wanted to have like a character or if I wanted it to be me. And I was like, I can't think of any good characters. So I was like, oh, I'll just be the character. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know if that
I
makes any
mean,
sense.
no, I mean, like, there's that saying that says something like, I always get these stupid sayings wrong, but it's like, there's no better person to be other than yourself or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah. So that's kind of what I do. I mean, Margbot is obviously, I'm obviously not an android,
I
but
want to ask about that, by the way. I don't want to get too off topic, but I've listened to your interviews and your streams, and you keep on teasing the whole background to the robot thing, and I'm like, what the heck is she gonna say it already?
well, I have a story that I want to write about it. I just haven't
Okay.
gotten around to it. Um, but for all you guys know, I'm just secretly a computer virus and I'm actually not a person at all.
That
I
is great.
mean, this is all like voice generated stuff through a program online for all you guys know. So,
That's the craziest program ever.
oh, right? It would be pretty amazing. But who is your role model at this and why, since we're getting off topic?
Okay, my role model at this is probably being scared. And I have a couple of reasons why. He had Whoa, there he is. Oh my gosh. Right. I knew I was gonna get
What do you
distracted by this
know?
chat. I knew I was gonna get distracted by this chat. He has supported my channel almost since the beginning. You know what I mean? Like he'll always retweet my stuff and like not even that, but just like say nice things about my channel on Twitter and in the comments. And he's just been super encouraging. And I've seen him encourage other small channels too. And I'm just singling him out because I've had the most interaction with him, but I know other people do that also. But if I ever find myself in a position that he is, I can only hope that I do as much to help smaller channels as he does.
Oh, that's very sweet. I'm really glad that he was here to hear that, by the way.
I know. Hey, quit being scared.
Now, would your answer have been the same if he hadn't been here? Dun
I
dun
actually, it's
dun.
actually almost, it's like kind of embarrassing to have him here. Actually, I was like gushing about him. The dudes in the chat.
That's great. That's great. See, now I'm not the only one who blushed during this.
Being scared is wonderful. Yes, he is.
Aw. Have you considered what you will do when you reach 100K?
Um, I'm probably going to get a huge. What do you get something when you reach 100K? What do you get? You get like
Yeah, you get the silver play button.
right. I'm probably gonna get a huge play button tattooed on my forehead.
Wow.
Yep, and I'm gonna
Forehead,
wear it.
eh?
I'm gonna drill holes in it. I'm gonna put a chain around it. I'm gonna wear it around.
That's really
Wear it to
intense.
work.
You're very committed to this,
Yep,
obviously.
yep. Or maybe I'll have it fused to my body somehow.
Wow.
Yep.
What if
There.
it breaks and like the pieces are just
That's
fused then?
it'll never break. It'll never break.
Better take care of it. Oh my
Yep.
gosh. Is there a certain topic you prefer when selecting a story to narrate?
I like I like stuff that's kind of based in reality.
Mhm.
Like haunted house kind of stuff or like creature kind of stuff, but not too out there. You know what I mean? Like there's some stories where it's like there's a creature outside, but you don't really know what it is, or like there's something in the house and it's kind of mysterious. And I always like when it has a twist at the end.
Mhm.
So basically anything that has like kind of a twist at the end.
Gotcha. I think that's what really grabbed me from your channel, I guess you could say, is the fact that you do have those stories that have the twist at the end. Because I love those stories where it's just something totally unexpected. And you do have a gift for selecting stories that aren't predictable. You know how there's a lot of stories out there who try to get away with the twist, but you could see it coming from a mile away. That's not the
Yeah.
case with the stories you select. So I really appreciate that.
Oh, thanks.
Um,
And also like I don't know, I feel like with some of these stories, obviously like you can achieve that twist a little bit better, I think, with like maybe a shorter story. Um, I've said this on like one of my videos before, but one of my favorite creepypastas is portraits. I don't
uh-huh.
know if you it's the
Yeah.
one where the guy like goes into the house or whatever and he sees all
Hmm.
these portraits, blah blah blah, and he wakes up and then they're all like windows. Or no, I'm sorry, I just screwed it up. They're all
They're all people looking through the
They're all people.
windows.
Yeah, they're all people. My favorite creepypasta. I can't even remember the plot of this like one paragraph creepypasta. But that's like I like that kind of stuff where you don't know that how creepy it is until the reveal, and then you're like, whoa, you know?
So is that why you choose those particular ones? Because you like, completely taking your audience by surprise?
Yeah, and just pretty much, I like to choose stories that I would read or I would click on. You know what I mean? Like stuff that I would
Yeah.
like to listen to. Those are the kind of things I'll pick. Because if you don't like it and you're reading it,
It shows. It
yeah,
certainly shows. Trust me, I know. Um, I've tried before reading stories because they've been recommended or requested of me, but you could tell if I'm not into
yeah.
them. So why Beside the Dying Fire?
Um, so beside the dying fire is actually the name of an old episode of The Walking Dead. And I had completely forgotten that it was until I Googled it and I was like, oh my gosh, like and I there's something about like that title that I really liked. It's kind of like poetic and dark and kind of creepy in a way.
Yeah,
And when I
because
thought of like telling scary stories, I was like, oh, around the campfire, but
exactly.
that sounds kind of lame. Oh, like beside the dying fire sounds a little bit more poetic, I guess. Sounds a little bit cooler.
Yeah, no, I have to agree with that. Do you know what episode of The Walking Dead it was from?
I do. It was in season two. It was the finale.
That finale. How did season two end? There's been so many seasons.
Um, it was the farm. It was the end of the farm.
Oh God. Okay, I know
Back
what
when it was still like a pretty good show.
yeah, same here. I haven't watched it since Glenn died.
Yeah.
Spoilers! Glenn died.
Whoa,
Anyway.
spoilers. Oh my gosh. I hope all 19 of you watching have been caught up on The Walking Dead.
Yeah, I hope you guys are all caught up, as well as the story portraits, because you gave away the
I
ending.
did give away the twist to portrait.
Spoilers, guys.
I've
This.
given it away like in like all of my Q&As. I think that has come up and I've given away the ending. Every
Oh, gotcha.
time.
If you could talk to any of the big YouTube channel owners, who would it be and why?
Um this is the one where I was like I really have no idea. I'm just gonna say maybe like uh Creeps McPasta. Is that like kind of a mainstream answer?
That doesn't
It's
have to be a mainstream answer. It's whatever you want it to be.
like because he it would I think it would be him just because he's the first one that I started listening to.
Okay.
So like one time, okay, this might get a little off topic again, but when I started reading creepypastas, I was like, oh man, this is awesome. But you don't always have time to like sit and read, you know, like when I'm on the go or something like that.
Uh-huh.
Didn't always have time to sit and read like creepypastas, but I knew that there was a bunch out there that I would like. So I was like, oh man, I'll bet you that there's people on YouTube that read this stuff or like narrate it. And he was the first one that came up. So I would listen to him narrate all these creepypastas for such a long time. So it'd probably be him. I'd like to talk to him. He's got a great voice too. What a buttery voice he has.
Yeah, that he does. Is there anything in particular you would ask him?
Um, I'd like to know why he got into reading creepypastas. Because I mean, I know there's some people as big as him, but he seemed almost like the pioneer of a lot of this stuff. So I'd like to know like what he was going through and he was figuring out how to get it on YouTube, the like even stuff like the editing and the recording, because now all of his recording sounds so polished. You know what I mean? I'd like
Yeah.
to know how he got to this point.
Huh. Maybe I'll have to interview him sometime.
Yes, you totally should.
And then we could find out the answers to all these questions, guys. Okay. That's a good answer. It is mainstream, but it's a good answer. And I could see why, because he has been very influential in this community. Of the stories, well, I mean, I guess we already touched upon this one, but is Portraits your favorite one that you've narrated?
Okay, Portraits is my favorite creepypasta because of how concise and like it gets right to the point, like there's no wasted words. But the story that I've narrated that I like the most is actually it's called Don't Sleep. And
I don't know if I've heard that one yet.
yeah,
Can you give us a brief synopsis?
it's an older one and it's about this guy and he's like okay with ghosts or whatever and all of a sudden this thing starts appearing like this shadow or this ghost starts appearing to him
Mhm.
and it starts to tell him, like, it starts almost like he has a good relationship with it, and then all of a sudden it starts coming to him in the middle of the night, and it starts saying, "Don't sleep." And he's trying to ignore it, but it's always telling him not to sleep. And it starts
Oh.
getting aggressive, and it starts waking him up in the middle of the night. And then the whole, and it's an awesome, like, almost like a mystery, because he's trying to figure out why this thing is telling him not to. I love that story. I love that story. It's just, it's very good. And it's also a collab with Spooky Stories for You. I think she had like one line in there.
Oh, okay. Well, everybody, after the stream ends, please go check out that story so you can know how it ends, because it must be a good one. Well, honestly, I think I've listened to about 95% of your videos.
Oh,
And
really?
yeah,
Awesome.
yeah. So I have a confession to make. I actually listen to your stories when I'm at the gym. Don't ask me
Really?
why. I don't even know how that happened. I think it's just I kind of stumbled upon one of your stories, because I did tell you that I was originally subscribed to you,
Mhm.
and then somehow I think YouTube unsubscribed me because I subscribed to you, funny enough, when you sent that shout out video that I was included in, and I was totally flattered then too. But,
Yeah, that was a fun video to make.
yeah.
I'm surprised how many people like stop by, because this is, I let's count. I have an idea in the chat. Count how many times I derail this interview and go off topic.
No, no worries.
But
That's the fun
but
of it.
so I was doing this in a vacuum for a long time. So I would just upload like a narration or a story or whatever, and then like kind of that would be it. Like I would interact with my subscribers. I had no idea that there was like a whole community of horror narrators, like, until that video. And that video was, I just thought it would be a fun thing to do, because like I started looking at more and more narrators and listening to their stuff, and I was like, oh, there's a lot of cool narrators out there who are kind of small. Like, and I had like, maybe less than 100 subscribers at the time. But I was like, oh, it'd be cool to make like a video for all these cool narrators. And they all showed up. I was like, what? Like, where are these people coming from? Like, they saw this? Like, how's it possible?
It's just really nice to feel appreciated, which I think is that's what you achieved with that particular video while making coffee, I guess, because if I recall correctly, it was like
Yeah,
a
I was making coffee, and I was like, this is going to be such a weird thing for people to watch. But, and I didn't have a like a Twitter for my channel at the time either.
Mhm.
And
Oh,
yeah, and
so
then I think it was Miss Monster that's like, the heck are you doing? Why don't you have a Twitter?
yeah, you kind of need one when you're in this community. I'm glad you figured it out.
And yeah, so then I made one, and I was like, oh my gosh, this goes deeper than I thought. It was like that picture of like the iceberg where it's like a tiny thing on top, and then it's like gigantic at the bottom.
I don't think I remember that.
It's just like, it's a picture that's like, I don't know, I saw it online or something like that. It's like you see like the top of an
Oh, okay.
iceberg,
I see what you're talking about. I
you
see.
know what I
I know
mean?
what
And
you're talking
then
about. I
like
thought you
you
meant like
go
a
on.
picture that you posted
Oh
personally.
no.
No, I see what you mean. Gotcha. Okay. Sorry. Kind of confused there.
And then you go underwater, and like the iceberg is huge, and that's how I felt.
Exactly.
I
That's
was like,
exactly how it is.
what? There's so many people here.
Yep. Definitely lots of us. Is there a story that's disturbed you the most?
That I've narrated.
Hmm.
Um, there was, I think there's two. One of them, I think it's called Warrior of God, and it's about like, I almost didn't even want to like put that one up. It's not that it's like horrible or anything, but uh, it's a story about, like, you think that he's talking about the angel of death or something like that, and it ends up being um like a disease that kills babies.
Oh, it ends up being SIDS. That was one of my favorite ones recently. I actually told
Yeah.
my sister recently had a baby and I told her about it and she freaked out.
Oh
Yes.
my
I
gosh.
love that story. It was the greatest twist ever.
Yeah, it that one creeps me out. And then there was another one, I forget the title of it, but it's about a school shooting. And
School shooting.
I think the premise was like these two kids are planning on shooting up a school, but then it ends up being like one kid betrays the other kid. So the other kid starts shooting, and then the first kid like shoots him, so he looks like a hero.
Oh man, wow.
I was like, I don't know, like some of those get too real, but I put them up anyway.
Yeah, it's pretty intense. Wow. Okay. That is definitely one to be disturbed by. All right. So this
Yeah.
question, and I know that you have a silhouette of your face on Twitter, and I think also on your channel. But are you ever gonna do an official face reveal?
Okay, here's something hilarious. And maybe some people in the chat will have actually seen this, but I did actually do an official face reveal. It's a video and it was up on my channel and I watched it and I was like cringing so hard at it, so I like made it unlisted a couple weeks later.
Oh, all right. Was that a long
But
time ago that you made it unlisted?
I think I did it when I hit 100 subscribers maybe.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no,
But
I don't think I ever got around to watching that one. But
and
do you ever plan
also
on doing it?
I don't know because I thought about doing like another like a better face reveal. This monster. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by the chat.
That's okay, no
Um
worries.
I thought about doing an official face reveal, but I mean, my face is that if you want to see what I look like, it's in some of those videos, like the behind the scenes videos. Like I put my face in there, and then my face is in the 2017 wrap up video. Maybe if I ever start doing like more video stuff, like on camera stuff,
Uh-huh.
I'll do like more of a face kind of thing. But
An official one.
I don't know. I feel like I'm uncomfortable with the whole like face because then there's so much pressure around it. I feel.
Yeah, I think so. I
You
definitely
know, because
think
it's
so.
like face reveal, and then everyone will judge you how you're by your face right now. I don't know. It's like so much pressure. I'd rather just people like find out what I look like, and then they can just,
It'll just meld
you know,
into everything
like,
else.
oh, okay. It's not like
Gotcha.
face reveal, and they click on the video expecting to see, like nature's temper or something. That dude,
That's-
his voice is silky smooth, and he's a great looking guy. That's
Uh,
the ultimate face reveal right there. I'm surprised he kept it hidden for so long.
actually, I think he's been showing his face for a while now, to be honest with you, because
I
I've been
remember way
following his
back in
channel
the
for a
day.
while.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think I saw his like I forget what it was. Like a long time ago, I saw like a face reveal by him, and I was like, "What,
I don't know
dude?"
if he ever did an official one, but I definitely know that I've seen it like on his Q&As and stuff.
Yeah, maybe
And
that was it. Maybe that was it.
yeah, and yeah, he is definitely gifted in the face department and
Seriously,
the
for
voice
real.
department.
Oh my gosh, what does he think? That's crazy.
Yeah, he could be the model of the horror community.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Getting off topic here. So have you had any crazy fan occurrences since we were talking about, things like that?
No, I haven't really. Like I saw that and I was like, man, like I kind of feel left out. No crazy fan. Like even the fan like so on that um video I did where I just talk about my scariest experience. Uh there was someone that commented on that video and he was like, "Oh, this isn't my like I'm not really into this, but thank you for trying out something new." And I was like, "Man, even people that disagree with my videos are polite. What's going on here?"
It's because we
Like it's
have
so
great
crazy.
subscribers. That's why.
Yeah, that's again like that's I don't know. These subscribers are great.
Yep, they sure are. What do you think sets your channel apart from the others?
I mm, I guess like me, I guess the same thing that sets everyone's channel apart from everyone else. It's just everyone's individual style. I try to do like um different things too that are within the realm of horror, but not necessarily a narration, because narrations can kind of get like the same. So I try to mix it up by doing the behind the scenes and other kind of talky sort of videos. And I also I took like a page out of what Mr. Black Pasta is doing and like um, other narrators like that, where they take the sound effects and they almost turn it into like an audio movie. Like
Yeah,
I really like using sound effects to create a mood, and I'm trying to like now I'm trying to get into like writing my own to have that so you can shape that feeling yourself as you're writing it. It's like, oh, I'll put this sound effect here
yeah, you're
instead
part of
of
the
saying,
entire creation process because you know what's going through your head when you're writing this.
yeah, exactly. So I've been trying to write a couple of stories coming up. Like it's just so hard to find time, but like I'll write it slowly and then I'll make like little notes. Like instead of saying, he walked across the room, just put like some footsteps,
Yeah,
and then people get the idea, and it's almost like you're letting them hear.
it's like stage direction, where
Yeah,
you're
yeah, exactly.
exactly. No, I get what you're saying, and I remember that when I first started talking to you, that was one of the things that I complimented you on was your sound work. Because a lot of the community is just basically people reading stories off the screen, and then there's a few others who try to add sound effects, but it doesn't quite work out. But somehow, I mean, I know you aren't a huge channel yet, but you definitely have the sound work on and or sound work down, and that's something that even the bigger channels sometimes don't have. So it's pretty refreshing.
Oh, thanks. I I think, oh, here's like a little trick that I do for like sound effects. I don't know if this is gonna work for everyone. I don't even know if this is. So I edit on iMovie, and in iMovie there is a like a sound filter. There's a bunch of sound filters, but there's three sound filters in particular, and one is called small room, medium room, and large room.
Hmm.
Almost all the sound effects I use, I'll run through one of those filters. So it makes it sound like it's far away, if that makes sense. So
Uh-huh.
instead of like the sound effect being basically right into the mic, it sounds like it's happening a couple feet away. And like I like that because it's almost like you're observing it instead of it. So it doesn't sound like a sound effect. It sounds like something that's happening.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Okay.
I don't know if
Yeah,
I don't
no,
know if
I
I
see what
worded
you're
it right.
saying. I understand what you're saying because I've heard your videos before. And I know what you're saying. I wish I had iMovie now.
It's
Um,
great and it's free with a MacBook.
yeah, that I'm a PC and unfortunately, I guess.
It's
So
crazy.
no,
I have to use a
iMovie
PC
here.
for work, but I use like a MacBook for like everything creative.
Yeah, I hear they're pretty nifty when it comes to the creativity department and they
Yeah.
don't catch viruses. So there's that too. That's
Yeah.
convenient. So what inspired you to use a silhouette of yourself for your channel logo?
So I kind of mentioned this before, but I was trying to decide whether I wanted to be like a character, like have a cartoon or like, whatever, come up with like a little guy something for my channel, or if I wanted to just be me. And I did want it to be me, but I didn't want to put my face in the icon, you know?
Hmm. Yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay, so I'll just do like a silhouette. So it's still me, but it's also kind of like an icon still also.
Hmm.
So it's like I try to get the best of both worlds. So it's like you see that and hopefully you associate that silhouette or whatever with my channel, but it's also me. So it's not like I'm a character or something. And that's I for all those people out there who have like the characters, I think that's so awesome. I wish I was creative enough to make a character, but I couldn't. I tried to think of one, and they all like sounded dumb when I said them back to myself.
No, I really like your name. I think it suits you. I think it suits your channel. And I mean, you have you without having you, kind of like me, like with my avatar. That's me. That's actually me. Somebody took my picture and decided to draw the half robot face onto it.
Yeah, that
So
is an
it's
awesome,
me,
awesome.
but it's
Did Mr.
not
X
me.
James do that?
Yes, he did. He's
That was
incredibly
so dope.
talented.
I saw that. I was like, that is so awesome. That's such a cool like icon.
Yeah, and you know what? I mean, I love all the icons I had before. Obviously, like I feel like the art of your channel is kind of a growing process along with you, but I
Hmm.
always wanted my avatar to look like me, except, half my face had to be a robot. And I feel like thus far, Mr. Extremes is the one that has truly like nailed that. But I don't know. I feel like he almost took like half of my like a picture of like half my face and then just drew it, which is incredibly talented. Like I
It
said, I
definitely
love
looks
all of
really
them,
cool.
but yeah,
It looks
I'm very
really, really
happy.
cool. And it's cool that you can blend like so you have the character and you also like it's also part of you. And I have this
Exactly.
theory about like cuz people like silhouettes, like I really like silhouettes. Like a lot of like pictures and stuff like that, like landscapes. I love like those silhouette shots.
Mhm.
And I have a theory about silhouette shots. Again, whoever's doing the derailing the interview drinking game, take a shot right now. But I have this theory that silhouette pictures are so great because people can like imagine it's them.
Huh.
You know what I mean? So like if you see so like let's say there's a picture of like a person and he's standing on like a cliff with like a cool landscape behind him and you see all of his features and everything that he's wearing or whatever. You're like, "Oh, that's a cool picture." And there's that guy, but if that guy was a silhouette, you see that picture and you're like, "Oh man, that could be me."
Oh, I
You know
like
what I mean?
that.
And that's
Yeah.
my theory as to why people love, because even on like Instagram and stuff like that, I see a lot of like silhouette shots, and I love taking silhouette shots.
Mhm.
And I think that's why. It's because like it's almost like a voyeuristic thing. Where you're like, that could be me.
Gotcha. Okay, that's a nice train of thought there. Huh.
I don't know how that translates to the silhouette of my channel, but
Well, I mean,
that could be
you it could be
me
anybody.
looking
Yeah,
to the
right,
left.
exactly. This could be
That
Oh
could
my
be me
gosh.
looking to the left in front of a window.
Yeah, just pondering upon life.
Yeah.
That's what that looks like. But all right, so now for the controversial question.
Oh boy.
And what do you think of the new guidelines for YouTube? And so just to briefly let any of you know who don't know about the new YouTube guidelines, YouTube has made the decision to only let you monetize, and this still has to be reviewed by them, by the way. You can only monetize after you have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. So that's what they've chosen to do. Um, but anyway, sorry. So what do you think of those guidelines?
So, okay. Um, I don't want to like. I don't think my opinion about it is inflammatory or anything, but I honestly think it should have been like this from the beginning. I agree with the guidelines, and I think that they're fair. Because and one of the things, people argue about the whole money thing, but if you're not hitting those thresholds, how much are you really making? Is the question. So, are you really losing a lot? Are they really taking that much away from you by putting those thresholds on? I think the where people kind of get upset is YouTube is kind of taking away a status from its creators who feel like they've earned it. And I made like a video talking about this.
Yeah,
So
I
let
heard it. I thought it was good to address here.
yeah, so I'll say what I said there. Let's just say that you're building your channel and you're really proud of your channel, and you have a couple hundred subscribers and whatever, and then you get this email from YouTube and it's like you no longer eligible for partnership status, essentially because you're not good enough. And I could see how that could hurt someone's feelings. I could see how that could make someone feel like they're not good enough to be in the partnership program.
Mhm.
um, and people and like I scroll through Twitter and I see like some people talking about the money aspect of it and how like smaller creators are getting squashed, and I don't really see it that way. I think if you enjoy creating, if you enjoy making things and enjoy being on YouTube, you're going to do it, because it's not like these guidelines can stop you from making things. They can't stop you from uploading. They can't stop you from talking to subscribers and engaging with the community. It's just another hoop to jump through before you can potentially monetize your videos. And maybe I'm coming from a perspective of I never really expected to make any money off of YouTube, and I obviously don't expect to now for maybe even a long time, because financially I'm in a situation where I don't have to really worry about that as of right now because I work. But I could see how maybe if someone started it in the hopes of making money, it could be upsetting. But then that leads to the whole, if you started YouTube to make money, did you really start it for the right reasons?
Yeah, exactly. So here's where I'm gonna put in my 2 cents on that.
Okay, cool.
I think much too often people forget that YouTube is a business.
Mm-hmm.
I know we love our little community. I know our little community is great. We're incredibly supportive of each other, which is not common of other genres of YouTube. However, people tend to forget that this is a business and they're in this to make money. I mean, they're owned by Google, one of the largest corporations in the world. They're
Mm-hmm.
not hurting for money, but they're still here to make more money. Um, that being said, I can understand how it could be very demoralizing for somebody who's at like 900 subscribers and is like, hey, 100 more and I get to stream, you know, um, and then having the title of YouTube partner being taken away from them and telling them like, hey, you're not quite there. And then we're gonna have to review your channel once you do reach there to make sure that we do want to monetize you. Um, so I get how that could be demoralizing, but I think people need to remember that we have way too many people who create channels in any genre who upload 3 times, they try to get big doing silly things, and then they just disappear. So every single one of our channels is space on their servers. I mean, I can't even imagine how it is that they store all of our stuff, like, you know? So that's money for them. And if you have 10-year-olds trying to enter this genre or any other genre, and basically somehow that turns into them wanting to make money or their parents wanting to make money off of them, it doesn't lead down a very good road. So I know that a lot of the bigger channels are trying to be very supportive of the channels that are almost, above the line, and they're trying to promote them. I saw that Rainbot, I saw that Nightmind. Um, I forget who else. I've seen a couple of big channels trying to promote those who are below the line, and I think that's incredibly nice of them. It's not something they have to do. Um, Smaller channels should never feel entitled to have bigger channels collaborate with them, but definitely the fact that these big channels are reaching out and they're like, "Hey, let's show them that we could still do this." That's very nice of them, and I think it's bringing out a good side of the community. And I guess in 6 months' time, we'll see who sticks around and who doesn't, and if you don't stick around, then maybe this wasn't cut out for you anyway. So, that's how I feel about that.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I think the point that you made where you said, you know, you upload a couple of times and then you kind of hope that you make it big, and then you quit, and it's sort of like space on YouTube.
Mhm,
That's very, very true. Um, and I think other people have tried to express that same sentiment of, well, it's very saturated with channels that, I can't really think of another way to put it, like aren't really going to go anywhere.
mhm,
Um, and some people see that and they think, oh, this is small creators being stepped on, or this is kind of hating against small creators. And that whoever's in the chat and whoever listens to this afterwards, that's not what that is. Because if you're a small creator and you enjoy what you're doing and you're uploading and you're making content and you're engaging with your subscribers and you're part of the community, then that doesn't apply to you anyway and you know it.
yeah,
So,
exactly.
and that's why in that video I said it doesn't affect my channel at all. Um,
You know what?
because
And
I'm just
I
gonna keep on
agree.
making stuff.
I
No
agree.
YouTube threshold can stop me from uploading, so I'm gonna keep
Exactly,
on doing
because
it.
you enjoy what you're doing, and I think there's a little bit more focus on enjoying what you're doing as opposed to, because let's face it, folks, the days of making, I don't know, hundreds of thousands of dollars a month off of YouTube, they're gone. I'm sorry to say that, but I
Mhm.
genuinely feel like they're gone unless you already have that channel. The chances of you reaching that are kind of starting to dwindle rather
Mhm.
fast here. Um, Especially in the genre. We are very nichey here.
Yeah.
Not everybody enjoys horror, as opposed to every girl who wants to learn how to do her makeup correctly.
Yeah.
But,
Right here. Hands raised.
exactly. So if you're in this because you enjoy it and at some point you might get lucky and you might make some money off of it, then great. But if you're going into this with the mentality that I'm sure a lot of people did back in the golden days of YouTube of saying like, "Hey, these people are making money. I'm going to make money off too." Don't waste your time. It's not a good business model right now at this moment unless something changes in YouTube here in the next year or two, then it's definitely not a good business model to start off with.
Yeah.
Um, I do
And
this.
YouTube just keeps getting slammed too
Yeah,
with bad press. It's
because
like,
we had that's exactly the problem. That was my next point is
yeah.
a lot of bad things keep happening that YouTubers are doing, and we're all paying the price for it.
And
So
that's the
YouTube.
problem when it's the Wild West. People can do whatever they
Yep.
want. And,
Yeah.
someone's going to have to be accountable. And who are the parents? YouTube's the parents. So
Yeah.
the world is going to look at YouTube and say, look what people are doing on your platform. And they have to react.
Yep. Exactly, because advertisers make sure that they react. That's why they're the ones, handing out the bills. So they have to react. I mean, I know we get angry when YouTube kind of has this whole backlash on all of us due to the actions of one or two people, but they have to do it because that's how they make money.
Yeah.
And I think that's forgotten very often. Um, so I
Can
I
I, can
will
I,
like for sorry, go ahead.
Can I admit something here for a second since we're
Go
talking
ahead.
about like YouTube and
Uh-huh.
channels that aren't going
Yeah.
anywhere? I actually I've tried to have two channels before this one, like years
Ooh.
ago. And like they totally were like just waste of space channels. Like I had one where I like tried to cover songs and it was like super cringy, like in high school. Like I did like a bunch of cover songs that's and then I just had another one where I literally like uploaded videos of like runs I did from my GoPro.
Oh,
And
nice. Very
I can
nice.
only hope that YouTube just clears those out because those are like such nothing channels. But you know that's the thing is I wasn't dedicated to that like I am this.
Yeah, see, I think that's what YouTube is trying to get away from is just
Yeah,
letting people create channels just because they're bored and want to upload one thing and it's like a film
exactly.
of like the house or something like that. They're trying to
Yeah.
get away from that and they're trying to actually um, put in place like these guidelines so that people who are actually committed to what they're doing will do it. Uh, that's my opinion. But full disclosure, guys, because we all know that I am all about full disclosure here. I am actually above the line, and I want to take that opportunity to thank all of you wonderful people who watch my streams because I'm more than certain that that it's the streams that kept me above the line because all of you sit here and tune in for an hour or two out of your Friday night to hear me interview these wonderful narrators. And if it wasn't for you guys, I would no longer be a YouTube partner anymore. And like, Dying Fire said, it doesn't matter because I would still continue to create the content. But I'm still grateful for it because I've attained the status thanks to all of you. So yeah. What am I doing to help those who are not above the line? So you guys know that I have 2,000 subscribers, which is a drop in the bucket in the grand scheme of YouTube. And even within just this community, I'm still a very small channel. Um, but Sid, I don't know if Sid's still here. He reached out to me and he said, "Hey, I kind of wanted to ask you if you would do something to help the channels who, aren't missing that many subscribers, etc." So I posted on Twitter, and I know a lot of you, or about half of you, are not on Twitter, but I made a post on Twitter and I asked any of the narrators who are close to that limit to comment on it. My mindset, nobody commented. So, I mean, there's that.
I
But
saw that.
yeah, I'm like, okay, fine. You don't need my help. That's cool. I tried. No, but I kind of just wanted to throw out there like my mindset on it was basically looking at the channels who commented back, seeing, what their channels are like and what work they've put in. And if they're like people who genuinely seem to put in the work to their channels and it's not just like I uploaded 3 videos, then I wanted to interview them. And my whole thought process is if I interview them, I think they would benefit the most if I interviewed them on their channel and actually kind of put up a notice on my channel to go to their channel while the stream is going on. I don't know if you guys have seen how some of the live streams work that way. Like, hey, go to this Twitch live stream. And it's just like, it's technically a live stream on your channel, but like the live stream is just showing the screen saying, hey, go to this other link. So that was my thought process and just kind of like bringing you guys to basically give them some watch time on their channel and hopefully add a few subscribers too. Because I mean, some of these folks are like 50 away from the 1,000 mark, and maybe they have the watch time, or vice versa. So even just, I mean, I have 2,000 subscribers. If 50 of you guys like subscribe to these people, it's like that's a huge win for them.
Yeah.
Um, because although they may not be making money now, like I said, I understand that it is demoralizing to have to go through that, to have to finally reach 950 subscribers and all of a sudden they've moved the finish line on you. So that's what I was gonna do, but nobody commented on that.
All right, well,
So
you guys hear it first. If you comment there, you're going to get an interview with Margbot on your channel. Can I ask you something?
sure, go ahead.
What do you think about? Because I saw this a lot, especially like with the watch hour requirement. A
Mhm.
lot of people putting like their videos on like playlists and just having them kind of like play on repeat just to hit that 4,000 hour mark.
So here's the thing, and I don't know if this is true or not, because I mean, obviously, YouTube is huge and they can't police everything. But from what I know and what I've heard, and granted, like I said, I have no idea if this is true or not. If it's your own IP address that, you regularly upload from, and you're just doing that to rack up your watch time, it doesn't count because they know your IP address. They know that you're watching your own stuff. And the reason why I was told they do that is because of the fact that, let's say I just sit here all day long and watch my own videos, and like my videos have ads. Like they're getting paid to advertise to somebody who obviously doesn't care about the advertising because that's your own video. And
Mhm.
it's the same person over and over and over again, you know?
Yeah.
It's so that
Yeah.
people don't manipulate the system.
Yeah.
Now, you should always have playlists. Playlists definitely help you keep your audience, and it's more likely for people to subscribe to you if you have playlists.
Yeah. I agree. And I also get behind on my playlist, and then I feel bad because I add a whole bunch of videos to my playlist, and then I spam Twitter. um,
Exactly. That's how you do it.
but I don't even know. So like the whole put my videos on a playlist and like loop it kind of thing. I get it. Like I get why people do it, but I don't know if I'd even want that. Like
Because
I don't
then
know.
did you
Like
really earn it? Like,
yeah,
see, that's another
that's what I'm
thing.
saying. Like I don't want to knock anyone who's doing it because you got to do what you got to do if you want to
Yeah.
hit the
So
threshold. But I'd rather have people watching my stuff. I'd rather get all those watch hours if I eventually do meet that threshold. I'd like to get there because of the support I receive from my subscribers and the community because it's a testament to the thing that you've created, the thing that you've built. You,
exactly. And
and you can look back and say I met this threshold because I earned it, not because I gamed the system in a way. And I'm not calling anyone out. I'm not trying to like
this is just how you feel about it.
yeah, that's just how I
I get it.
feel. Like I wouldn't want someone to do that for my channel. Like even if someone
Yeah.
made a playlist and was like, "I'm just gonna watch your videos over and over to help you, man." Like I'd rather earn it than
No, I understand that, and I'm right there with you. So hopefully you'll know this feeling soon, but I have to say it was the most rewarding feeling ever to reach 1,000 subscribers. Like, I
I
almost
can
feel
only
like it was
imagine.
more rewarding, I feel like almost, and this isn't to diss anybody, but I feel like I felt it more than the 2,000 subscribers to reach the 1,000 because to me that was huge. I'm like, wow, 1,000
Yeah,
subscribers. Like
that is the milestone. I probably feel that.
that's a real milestone. Your first 1,000, you really feel that one,
When I
And
hit
then
a
I'm like,
hundred, I was like, "What? There's 100 people that hit that button for me, man."
yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's a huge milestone for you. Like you really feel it. So, you know, I want to know that I gained that 1,000 through my own work rather than hey, I mean, it's not exactly the same thing, but rather than hey, I bought subscribers and that's how I hit 1,000. You know?
Yeah,
I
yeah. Or like, there's a lot of stuff like, here's how to game the system to get the
yeah.
subs or to get the watch time, and it's like, I get you want to hit the threshold, but is that how you really want to do it?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you almost didn't earn it. Just saying, guys, like I don't know. My next big milestone and I don't know if anybody's going to be able to relate as far as creators, but my next big milestone is 5,000. And the reason for that is because once you hit 5,000, you can actually link people's channels that have worked on your own stuff. And I
Wait,
really
you
hope
can't do
that
that. You can't do that. What do you mean? I'm
so
I'm
there's
like
a
so
setting on
behind.
YouTube where you can actually credit. There's like a credit section for your videos where it's not just in your description. I don't know why I'm clicking on this right now because obviously you guys can't see it. But other than just the description of your video, there's a way where you can actually credit people as like voice actors and stuff like that for your video. And that way it's more likely for them to pop up or you to pop up when you've been credited on that video, if that makes sense. Because the other person has to approve that credit. It's not like, I don't know if you guys know about this, but I'm going to say about a year ago, we had this whole drama where people were crediting or were hashtagging or whatever, tagging people on their videos that weren't in their videos. And they were obviously bigger channels because they're like, hey, I want to pop up when, they Google B Busta or, whoever.
You could do
Um,
that. That's crazy. I can't believe that was allowed.
it's still allowed, but you don't
Are
want
you
to do that.
serious?
Yeah, because these big narrators had to call people out and they're like, hey, can you guys stop like tagging me in your videos because I have nothing to do with you. I don't even know who you are.
Ooh.
So I feel like the crediting is more valid and it's more likely for you to come up in a video. Like, let's say you and I collaborated, which hopefully is going to happen soon.
Mhm.
Let's say you and I collaborated and I had already reached that 5,000 milestone, right? And somebody looked me up. it's more likely for you to come up also when people are looking me up when I've credited you in my work.
Oh, okay. So it's a search engine thing, or it also shows. You're saying it also shows in like the video thing itself.
Yeah, exactly. Because I've had a couple of the narrators that I worked with credit me, and I always feel special. As weird
Wow,
as
that's
that sounds,
crazy.
but yeah. Yeah, like I feel like search engine wise or SEO wise, it gives you a little bit more credibility and it makes you like it gives you a little bit more exposure. And as we know with YouTube, like any little thing helps or any little thing could trigger a big thing. It's kind of like a trickle effect sometimes. So
Also, I
yeah.
heard at 5,000 subscribers, YouTube will send you a cardboard play button. So what are you gonna do with that?
I think it's hilarious how there's rumors passed around of all these mysterious buttons that don't exist. Like I somebody said something. I don't know if it was during one of my streams or something, but I guess somebody came up with a rumor that once you reach 100 subscribers, they like send you a play button, like some cheap play button or whatever. I'm just like,
Oh yeah, man, totally.
wow.
I got my paper play button right here. All you other 100 subscriber guys, you guys get your paper play buttons.
Yeah,
Some
totally.
of
It's
you
hanging
guys
on
are
my
out there.
wall right now.
It's hanging on my wall. Looks like it was
Paper
drawn by a
play button
3-year-old.
for sure. Maybe I drew it myself, okay?
Yeah, yeah, I drew it myself just to make myself feel better about my channel.
Exactly. Reached that whole 100. Huge milestone. Oh my gosh. But yeah. So, do any of you in the chat have questions for me or Beside the Dying Fire?
I have a question,
Oh, sure.
and
Go
this
for it.
is totally off topic. This is really like for real. If you're
Okay.
if you're playing that drinking game, just the rest of the pod right now.
All right.
Would you rather?
Oh my God.
Okay, would you rather never never be able to brush your teeth again, or never be able to comb or style your hair again?
I'm a girl. That's
Isn't
so
that crazy? Well,
hard.
I have longer hair too,
Why
so
would
this
you
is a
ask
hard one for me.
that? You're terrible. That's
Isn't that crazy?
awful. I can't answer that. That's awful. Okay, so would I rather never brush my teeth again or
Yep.
never brush my hair again?
Or
Or
style. You
style
can't
it.
style
Or
it at
style
all.
it.
So
Can't.
like you wake
So
up,
just
you
a
can't
wild
even like brush
mane
your
all the
hair.
time?
That's it for the rest of your life.
I think I would have to forgo brushing my teeth. That's
Whoa. You
terrible.
heard it here first, guys. White guys for brushing your teeth.
Oh my God. Because I feel like you could rinse your mouth and that's not brushing, right? Like,
Yeah, like
and you could
Listerine.
use like Listerine and Scope, and that's not brushing. So you could get away with that to an extent. And you could floss.
Whoa.
So yeah, you could do all these things that don't involve brushing and still keeping your teeth clean. You could go to the dentist and get a cleaning. Ha! What now? I totally
There.
just
Okay.
overcame the whole thing. See, I'm smart.
But imagine all that money you'd have to spend on dentist appointments. You'd have to have like a bajillion subscribers on YouTube to be able to go to the dentist that much.
Then I would have to work a million times harder on YouTube.
It would be like, okay, I'm waking up at 5 a.m. I'm going to go to the dentist and go to work. And then tonight, I'm just going to stop by the dentist for another cleaning before I go back home.
No, no,
I'm
no,
not going
no.
to
So
lie.
I
I
would
would, I
probably
would
do the
choose,
dentist like once a week, okay? And then I would do Listerine and flossing the rest of the time. Oh my God.
I,
Um,
I would choose styling my hair too.
yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you. I choose styling my hair
Well,
too.
yeah, because I mean, I feel like what is it? I think it's Princess Diaries that's like, okay, your hair is like your crowning glory or something. Exactly. So,
Because I buzzed my hair for so long, and then I finally realized I could grow it out, and like I love it so much. It's not like crazy long, but I would, and
longish.
I love dental care too, which is
It doesn't
my
look
two favorite things.
longish on your silhouette, but okay.
It's okay, yeah. It's not long, but it's long enough for me to like slick it back, which I never was able to do like when I was younger.
Uh-huh.
And I think like in college I started growing it out. I was like, this is so much better. Having hair, like to have the ability. And then you see people that, okay, I'm sorry if anyone in the chat is bald or anyone listening to this is bald, but that having hair is so great.
It really is. Like, I
Like
mean,
to
I know I'm
just be
gonna
able to
come off
have
as
it,
a yeah, it
because
really
it's like
is.
I can have it or I cannot have it. It's my choice.
Yep. It definitely is one's choice. I'm gonna come off as a total jerk here, but like I couldn't date a bald man because hair is just great. Like
You
you
heard it
just
here
want
first, guys. All you baldies, all you baldies listening to this. X Margbot is a potential significant other.
Oh
X
my god,
X
stop
X.
it.
No bald
Just
guy.
stop. Just because,
I
I
have a
mean,
friend that's
I
bald
like
too.
running my fingers through like hair. I like running my fingers through my own hair. It's just, I don't know. Hair is great, like you said.
Hair is great. Someone, hair people in the chat, say something about your hair. Tell us how great it is.
Yeah. How great is your hair? Thank you for making me look like a total jerk, by the way.
It's okay. I couldn't date a girl that's bald, so
I'm sure you couldn't. That's terrible. That's so mean of you. How could you?
Harry reads.
Are
I'm
they
not
not
bald.
beautiful too? What's wrong with you? Come on.
They are. I'm sure. There's a bald. Could you imagine if a bald guy dated a bald girl? Oh my gosh, that'd be the craziest thing ever.
That would be crazy, but at least they'd understand each other.
And here is me derailing this again because I just
That's okay.
remembered what
This
you
is what we
said.
do on my streams. Like, haven't you watched my interviews before? We totally
I
get off track all the time.
I don't know
That's
how
why
I can
people
sit
enjoy
there.
them, though, to be honest with you. That's why. Oh my gosh,
And
Napoleon, thank you so much. He said,
Napoleon, whoop whoop.
hi, Margbot. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. One of my goals for this year is to meet you in person. You're always beautiful. I wonder if you will do an interview on August 10th, my birthday. Well, Napoleon, I will certainly wish you a happy birthday then. I'm not sure if I will be doing an interview, but I'd have to look at the calendar. It's too early. It's too
That's
ahead of time.
quite a ways away. That's
Yeah,
August.
it's definitely. Oh my
So
gosh.
you said that you listen to my narrations at the gym. I
Hmm.
listen to your interviews like I would listen to a podcast.
Oh, thank you.
So like I'll put them on like in my car because like I was really into podcasts and then
Hmm.
now like I like just blitz through a lot of your like the ones I missed and it's just great. Like I can listen to it. It goes on for like a long time, so I don't have to worry about like switching it. Honestly, I would never ever get YouTube Red, but if I did get YouTube Red, your channel would probably be the reason why, just so I could listen to it
Oh, snap. You
with
heard
the
it here,
app
guys.
closed. Yeah.
You heard it here.
There used to be a way to get around that stupid thing where you can't listen to
Yeah.
videos with
Mhm.
the YouTube app closed. There used to be a way around it on the iPhones, and you can't do it anymore. They fixed it.
You know, for me, like on iPhone, they fixed that a long time ago. Like it's been years.
Oh, really? It took me such a long time to update my phone.
Oh my gosh, Fear Crawler, thank you so much, dude. Especially because I know how hard you work for that money, but not to say that other people don't work hard for the money, but I know that he works really hard for his money. He said, "Here's my question: Do you believe that based on current systemic algorithms, the outdated and antiquated finite state machines of the 1960s could ever achieve infinite state after modification?"
Uh,
That question's for you, there, Dying Fire. I'm sure you know the
um,
answer.
yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
because.
My full answer is yes. I believe that based on current systemic algorithms, the outdated and antiquated finite state machines of the 1960s could achieve infinite state after modification. Yes, I agree.
You learned that in college, huh? To just
You heard
reword the
it here
question
first.
back.
You heard it here. I did. So I went to college. I went to college for electrical engineering, and I'm like the
Mhm.
worst at math. I'm so bad at math and science.
How did that
Just
work out for you in the end?
I have no. Well, I mean, I like it, but I don't. All right, here some truth bombs for you guys going to college.
Oh God.
I
Please
don't
don't crush
know.
anyone's dreams here.
I don't know. I don't. I mean, you. I guess if you're going to college, you gotta get that paper, right? You gotta get that
Yep,
diploma.
exactly.
Don't expect to use everything that you learn in college. You know what I'm saying? So if you're like, I can't wait to use this, um, yeah, well, that might not happen. Even if you end up in the field you went to college for.
You're still not going to use it. No, I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe it. So as far as the robot takeover, Fear Crawler, I'm sure we will reach infinite state. It's already been predicted by one of the AIs that I think was recently revealed that by 2029 the robot takeover will officially begin. And
Dude, that goosebumps. I went to ninth grade. Is that college?
you know what, Goose? Actually, okay, so I'm just gonna shout out my buddy Goose here because that man's an inspiration. He didn't go to college, but he has a job that you need college for. So how he achieved that was through a lot of hard work. So he's the real MVP right there,
Good on you,
like he
man.
likes to say.
I wish I could be one of those people. Like, I'm like so dumb sometimes. Like, there's no way. Good for you, man. Like, I have friends like that too, and I was like, you guys are
I don't know how they do it.
You guys are like
Honestly, I
superheroes.
don't. I have so much respect for them.
Goodbye, creepy
Uh,
blonde girl. Good night, everyone. Gotta work.
oh, bye, creepy blonde girl. Thank you for stopping by, and I hope work goes by quickly for you in the morning. Um,
Have you ever considered putting your interviews? Okay, this is not like, I'm not like, it's just a suggestion. It's not even a suggestion. It's just I'm wondering if you ever tried it, like putting them on iTunes as podcasts.
so here's the thing about that because
I don't know how any of that works.
I know I've hinted at this before, but I've had numerous setbacks. I'm actually working on a podcast that I'm going to put on iTunes, and it involves a few of the mediumish slash bigish narrators in the community.
Hmm.
Um, but I think that would work because what they're doing is basically telling the stories that you guys hear on their YouTube channels, which, I'm trying to expose a new audience to them, essentially. But for this, like for what I do as far as, the live streams and the interviews, the reason I won't make them podcasts is what's what brings you guys here is because you are either A, already acquainted with the people I'm interviewing, or B, you are trying to get to know a new narrator that's within the horror community. So I feel like it's both have to be tied together because if I was just interviewing new people all the time, I don't think as many people would show up, to be honest with you. Um, and if I put that on iTunes, there's no background to it. It's almost like, this community in YouTube is the background story for it versus me just sticking it on YouTube to people who have no idea what's going on YouTube.
Yeah, that's good.
And yeah. So that's why I haven't contemplated that idea before, seriously, because I'm like, okay, well, who would watch that? They'd be like, who's this person? I've never heard of them. And why are they
Yeah,
talking about,
yeah, it makes a lot of sense. I guess for like someone who's like a fan of your channel, it's like, oh, of course I'm gonna watch this
Oh, I mean, if people want to do that,
stream or
I'm
whatever.
totally game. But I
Yeah,
feel,
but I guess like I see what you're saying. Like in the context of iTunes, which is like such a vast. There's
yeah,
some really
exactly. I
crappy
feel like,
podcasts
you
on
know what though?
iTunes.
Maybe that's a future goal. Maybe if I ever reach 500K or more, I'll do that because then a good chunk of people will be exposed to it, I guess.
You even do like, oh, like horror cast. Is that such
Yeah,
a great, well thought out idea?
horror cast. I'm taking that idea and I'm running
Oh,
for with it.
what about botcast? What?
But then people would think it's all about robots.
Well, okay. What
Which, to
about?
be fair, though, I will say this when I started out this channel. I love how I'm doing hand gestures and you guys can't see me. Anyway, I'm an idiot. But um, when I started out this channel, that was going to be my main focus was like horror robot stuff. But then I realized how limited it was, so I had to branch out.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, uh, oh, along those lines, I want to ask you guys of those who have watched my most recent video, what did you guys think?
Wait,
Because
I'm so sorry. I didn't watch it yet. I saw it. I saw it, and I was like, I should probably listen to this before I go on. And then I like to be like in a certain mood to watch certain people's videos. You know,
No, I totally get it. Yeah, I have to be at the gym. Like, you're my gym buddy. Like, as weird as that sounds, you're
that's
my
so
gym
crazy.
buddy.
Are you like falling asleep with a treadmill or something?
Not even, not at all. Oh my gosh. But yeah, so it's okay. If you guys haven't listened, it's totally okay. No harm, no foul. But
No, you can't spoil it because I didn't hear it yet.
I'm not gonna spoil it, but I gotta say, I feel like that's the one video that I'm most proud of in my entire YouTube career. Like,
All right,
that's
guys, you
my
heard it
favorite
here,
video.
guys.
Yeah.
The most proud Margbot has ever been of a video. I really gotta
Hmm.
watch it now. I really gotta
Yeah.
enjoy it.
I there's still like one issue with a certain thing in the audio with editing, which I just want to kick myself for. But
So, do you
I've
do
just,
the audio editing?
yeah, I do. I do. And I'm not very used to doing the longish stories. And for me, longish means like 20 minutes. So um, I
I mean,
think
to me, that's a longer story.
I think that's where that came from. That's why I screwed up, even though I listened to this video multiple times before. I don't even know how I missed that. But anyway, um, and I'm just gonna give a small spoiler, but I sound slightly robotic in them. So maybe that's why I'm so proud of them. But yeah.
You're
Um,
trying to be a robot, or is it just like you sound robotic? Oh, you know what? Don't
it's
spoil it. If it has something to do with
okay.
the story, then don't spoil
It does have something to do with story.
it.
So
Okay. So,
um
any hints as to what the origin of the bot in Margbot is about?
oy vey.
You heard it here first, guys.
I mean, I've said this before, but she I want to say
Well,
You know how there's certain positive qualities in people that kind of end up being negative qualities in the end?
I'm following you.
That's that ends up being Margbot.
Whoa. So Margbot is like evil?
I'm not saying anything.
What? Margbot is Terminator confirmed.
I'm not Terminator. Anyway, um, that's all I'm gonna say for now. I hope to get around to writing that this year. It's
Harry
just I
reads. Margbot was always good at never putting emotion into her voice.
so very true. That's why I fail at narrating. I don't even know what you guys are doing here. Honestly, I'm terrible. But
I'm good
thank
at
you so
that too,
much,
I feel.
Empoleon. What? Sorry. Oh, that
I
you
feel
were
like,
monotone?
yeah.
Bye, Andrew. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Hashtag Margbot is Terminator.
Stop it. Actually,
What was that hashtag that was like really cool? It was like be hot like Margbot.
oh
You
my
like
God, can we
really
not?
loved
I
it,
hate
and
it.
you were
I
like,
hate
"Yup,
that
yup."
one. I
Tag me
hate
as
it.
many times as you can with this hashtag,
No,
guys. It's like
stop
the
it. I
best
hate
hashtag
that.
ever.
I don't like be hot like Margbot. Don't do that. Just no, just don't. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that kind of died. Let's go ahead and bring that back, guys. In the chat, you heard it here first.
Stop it. No. I'm gonna end this stream now. Anyway,
I'm looking
let's
through the chat.
see.
Oh no, being scared left. I didn't say goodbye.
See, your idol is gone now.
Goodbye, being scared.
That's
If
what
you
you get for
ever, if
making
you
fun of
listen to
me.
this, bye. Who else did I
Oh
miss
my
saying bye
gosh.
to?
Okay, guys. So I actually do think I'm gonna wrap this up now. And pretty please go check out being sorry, I was gonna say being scared. See what you did now? Beside the Dying Fires channel.
Everyone go check out Being Scared.
No, go check
That's
out
all I'm
Beside the
saying.
Dying Fires channel. He has amazing stories that he chooses, and he has a great voice. It's very soothing. So go check him out. And I have my next interview scheduled for 2 weeks from now. I may stream between now and then. And I'm obviously trying to become more regular with my uploads again because I'm in a better place than I was, I don't know, a month ago. Because I mean, I uploaded for you guys twice. Count them 2 times in a week, which is shocking. And this
And
is
that
actually going to
sucks.
be
But
the third video in a week. And I mean, I know it's a live stream, but it's still a third video in a week, and that's unheard of for me. So I'm going to try to become more regular, at least one story a week again. Hail should be the next episode of Hail should be coming up soon, which is also robot oriented. So if you are into that, please check it out. And it was written by the wonderful Sinister Dark Soul, who is in the chat currently, and has a wonderful blog. He writes a lot of really cool stuff. But let's see what else. I needed to cover something else. Oh, I'm sorry if the advertisements, quote advertisements, in my videos of true horror bug you guys, but I really want to support Let's Read, especially in times like these where, YouTube isn't being the nicest. In his endeavor, and it is a good app. So check out the True Horror app by Let's Read on the App Store. I think it's available in both Android and iTunes. Um, let's see. Did I miss anything? Yes, Empoleon, you did make that. Let's see what else. Am I missing anything? Yes, Hail is gonna be dope, in the words of Goose. Uh,
Mark, address your beauty, please. Harry reads.
Harry, you're like 14. Stop doing that. Stop doing that, Harry. I'm just an average girl living in an average world. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Actually, no, I can't say that. But I'm just me. That's all I'm gonna say. I am who I am. Let's address I don't know. Yes, sheep. Let's Read is amazing. So go check
Yes.
out his app. It's only $1.99, guys. Come on now. It's like cheaper than a cup of your Starbucks that you're addicted to.
I love Starbucks.
Do you have any other questions, Dying Fire?
Um, no, not really.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much, Dying Fire, and I hope that's okay that I keep calling you Dying Fire. Besides,
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, to say the whole thing would probably like double the time of this video. It
yeah.
is not a very like friendly name for saying over and over and over again.
Beside the Dying Fire, it is a good one though. It creates an ambiance for your stories and your channel.
Thank you.
So thank you so much for allowing me to interview you and your kind words to me. I really appreciate it. And
No,
guys, keep an eye out for a possible collaboration that I'm going to talk him into right now after the stream. And yeah, definitely please check out his channel and share the stream so that he can get the exposure that he definitely deserves. Okay? All right, guys, have a wonderful weekend.
Goodbye, everyone. Don't let
Bye.
YouTube thresholds drag you down.
Yeah, don't let the man bring you down. You fight the man. Anyway, said from an android, so that's totally appropriate. Okay, guys, Margbot out.